Hi and welcome to our second Linchpin update. Stay with me while I guide you through all the exciting new features of our upcoming release. Let's start with Linchpin On Premise. The first feature I'm going to demonstrate is the new field type for Linchpin user profiles. Instead of plain text, it is now possible to enter a date, as you can see with day, month and year. This can be used for your employees' entrance date into the company or even birthdays. Of course, in this case, it is possible to enter just a day and a month. As you can see on the screen right now, the new date field can be used in the onboarding assistant, but also in pings, the people directory or the user macros within Linchpin user profiles. Now, on our dashboard, for example, we created a custom user list that uses a date filter to display all new employees. Or why not use it to show all upcoming birthdays? The next feature was often requested by our customers. We made an addition to our navigation menus. It is now possible to add menu items based on the space and not only on personalization. For instance, in this use case, I'm now in the space Human Resources and can access HR quick links. It is important to note that this is only visible while I'm in that space. Let me go to the People directory to show you more. There's now a second view possible here. So instead of just the gallery view, I can now switch to a list view that offers me additional information. As an administrator, I can easily change the displayed information through the configuration button down here or in the user profiles administration. Now I can add any profile field information and drag and drop the columns around and/or delete any fields that I don't need. This list will directly display 6 of your real users, and this allows an administrator to directly see the changes made. The next feature I like to talk about is an addition to our news workflow. Let me jump into permissions within the space tools here, and from there to news workflow. You already know the editors configuration here. You can define editors for an approval workflow in that particular space. Other users can still write blog posts, but someone on the editor team has to approve them. Now, on top is a new configuration. I can add a user or group to the team of authors for that space. So, what does that mean? As a user in that group, I still can't approve blog posts. Obviously, I can send blog posts for approval, but I can also see and edit all other blog posts of that space that are currently in the approval workflow. And that will help me to make the approval process more accessible for a team of authors to collaborate together. Now, talking about news, there's a new filter for news subscriptions. When subscribing to news, for example, in the News Hub, by default all spaces are listed, even if they don't have any news. So we introduce a new filter for spaces by categories. Let's go to the configuration of Linchpin Enterprise News. And then to additional settings. And now, for example, we can filter only for spaces assigned to the category News. So back to the subscriptions, you can see there are only a few spaces left and it looks way more organized. Have you been using our Linchpin app on your tablet? There hasn't been much difference to the view on the phone yet, but we have made some improvements. You can now scroll through news and events in a 2-column view, and more importantly, with the new release, you can use the Confluence Multimedia Macro in your mobile app to enjoy podcasts, videos, or any multimedia content on the go. You probably remember the new structure charts from the last Linchpin update. This structure chart is now available as a macro to be used in any Confluence page. As you can see here, we display a preview. With one click, the structure chart opens as an overlay. You can zoom in or have a closer look at one of the nodes here. Let me show you the administration. Structure charts are found within user profiles and org charts, and there is a tab for structure charts. Up until now, it was only possible to use select fields or multi-select fields to configure the nodes. With the new release, you can also use text fields. Often our customers use text fields to display data from an external user directory. Now this field type can be used as well. So, for example, I know that we have a group of editors in our marketing department. They all have the word editor in their position. So I can type in the term editor here with a star or other syntax that is linked behind help text. Back to the people directory, I can see now all editors linked in the structure chart. And it's good to know that this macro is also available for our mobile app. Are you excited to test all these new features? We will release the new features with our next version of Linchpin Intranet Suite and Linchpin Essentials. You can expect a release in the middle of May. For our partners who are excited to test right now, I would like to invite you to be part of our early access program. Please follow the link in the video here. We would really like to hear your feedback. Now, let's talk about the upcoming PI. Our main goal will be improving performance. We see a huge amount of customers moving to large DC instances, and some of them have experienced performance issues in the past. If, for example, many users join events or post in a microblog at the same time. We want that our customers' intranets perform well. We will look into each help ticket and find a solution to improve performance, especially for large instances. So, please let us know if you experience any issues. We will also continue working on accessibility. It has become a topic for some of our customers due to legal regulations. First, we will concentrate on making all content accessible with a keyboard or screen reader. As of now, there is still a lot in Confluence and Linchpin where you can only navigate to with your mouse. We are also talking to our partner Comunado to improve their app accessibility for Confluence, to consider Linchpin content as well. Another topic we will be working on is the visibility of profile fields. Should all profile fields be visible to everyone, especially in connection with an extranet? Together with our partner Resolution, we can soon offer an Azure AD sync for our Linchpin user profiles with the Resolution apps, User Provisioning Sync 2.0 and SSO 5.0. Regarding our planned integration with Microsoft Teams, I'd also like to give you an update. First, we like to push news from Linchpin into Teams, like a headline, a teaser picture and a link. Second, we want to show the team activity status in Linchpin. And third, we will allow you to start a chat in Teams directly from the user profiles. Now, let's move on to Linchpin Cloud. You remember from the last update or demo that we already had together that Linchpin Cloud is a standalone solution. You can integrate Linchpin Cloud into Confluence Cloud and display news, posts and events of Linchpin on your Confluence dashboard. You only need to install the Linchpin app for Cloud on your Confluence dashboard. What else is new? We have a new Create button in Linchpin Cloud to create a post, a news article or an event directly from the sidebar and therefore from everywhere in Linchpin Cloud. You can now use add mentions, and we know that this is a very important feature to have in an intranet. So you can now mention your colleagues in posts or news. And that brings me to the next feature. They will receive a ping whenever they are mentioned or someone reacted to their posts. Pings are in-app notifications and our first step on our road to notifications. Next, we were working on email notifications. And the last step will be push notifications from the mobile app. Another feature we have implemented are stories. You already know stories from social media, so I don't need to explain how it works. But we want to create a feature for our intranet that helps colleagues to stay in touch and share exciting moments. It can also be used to promote any work-related content, a new news article or an upcoming event. Last but not least, let's have a look on our roadmap. Currently, our Linchpin Cloud team is working on attachments. This will be the next feature to be released, and after that, we will concentrate on user profiles. If you haven't done so yet, I'd like to invite all of you to test Linchpin Cloud yourself on beta.linchpin.cloud. And of course, feel free to schedule a demo with me anytime. This was the summary of our second Linchpin update this year. Thank you very much for watching, stay healthy, and talk to you soon.